You've walked through them before, those wispy cobwebs, seemingly harmless. You felt them stick to your skin, maybe you shuddered for a second, annoyed but dismissive. Just another spider's web, right? But what if I told you, it was no accident? What if those threads you casually brushed away were intentionally placed by forces you couldn't see? Meet Sarah, a woman who once lived behind the veil, deep in the world of witchcraft. Her confession is not one for the faint of heart. This is no bedtime story, she says. Witches, warlocks, and dark spirits use cobwebs, yes, cobwebs, as traps designed to snare your destiny, rob your progress, and leave you wandering in circles. Imagine that. Every struggle, every stagnation, every time you felt like you couldn't move forward. What if you've been unknowingly walking into a spiritual web carefully designed to steal from you? Some cobwebs are natural, sure. But the ones that bind your spirit, the ones that cling to your destiny. Oh, those are spun by hands you can't see, but their effects is devastating. That's why people spend years chasing dreams that never come true. They're caught, but they don't even know it. Just like Ephesians 6:12 reminds us, for our struggle is not against flesh and blood, but against the rulers, against the authorities, against the powers of this dark world and against the spiritual forces of evil in the heavenly realms. Sarah continued, I used to set these traps myself. We'd cast spells, and through cobwebs, we could bind people without them even knowing. It's a tactic as old as time. Once you're in it, every move you make is like moving in circles. Opportunities missed, relationships broken, dreams forgotten. It doesn't happen overnight, Sarah explained. The spiritual cobwebs you see hanging in certain places aren't random. They're the result of careful, deliberate rituals. We didn't just throw them up, there's an entire dark process behind it. She took a deep breath, then began to unveil the method. First, we'd gather, a group of witches, usually at night, when the spiritual atmosphere is most active. We'd go to a place where people frequently pass, crossroads, doorways, work entrances, or even paths leading to your church. Then we'd perform incantations, spoken in ancient, cursed languages, calling on dark spirits to empower the web we were about to spin. Each thread was imbued with spiritual significance, designed to catch, hold, and bind people's soul. It wasn't visible to the human eye, but in the spirit, the cobweb would hang like a snare, waiting for its prey. You won't notice it until you bump into it, but the moment you passed through, you were marked, entangled. You probably wonder, what happens to the souls we trapped? It's terrifying to admit, but they were harvested. The power, the essence, the destiny that each soul carried was drained and funneled into dark rituals. That's why you see people with no effort rising to the top, because they're using what belongs to others. Once you're caught, we didn't just leave you hanging, Sarah revealed. The web wasn't just a trap, it was a harvesting tool. Every witch's goal is to siphon off the potential of those trapped. Your progress, your blessings, your success, it all gets redirected. I have seen destinies drained, one by one. Those caught in the web would work hard, push through life, but all their efforts would be in vain. Why? Because the blessings meant for them were being stolen and used to empower others, people who had sold their souls or those who were working with the dark forces. That's why some people succeed out of nowhere, while you struggle for years. In the spiritual realm, the souls of those trapped in the cobwebs looked like tiny ants, struggling to break free. It was heartbreaking. They were writhing, fighting to escape, but the more they struggled, the tighter the web held them. Just like ants, trapped in a spider's web, they'd twist and turn, but there was no way out. The more they moved, the deeper they got entangled. It's the same in real life. People fight to make progress, but they keep going in circles, never truly breaking free from the trap. She looked down, unable to meet people's eyes. I was part of that. Your progress, your blessings, your success, it all gets redirected. But the good news, not everyone who passes through the web can be trapped. When we'd see someone clothed with the fire of God, we'd panic. We rushed to remove the web before they passed through because if they did, their fire would burn everything. This fire wasn't physical, it was spiritual. It surrounded those who were deeply connected to God. The moment they walked into a cobweb, the fire would ignite, burning through every trap and even freeing the souls already entangled in the web. It was terrifying for us because we knew if we didn't take the web down in time, we'd lose everything. This isn't just some scary story. This is happening right now. If you've ever felt like something's holding you back, don't ignore that feeling. That could be a sign you've been caught in one of these webs. The question you need to ask yourself is this: are you trapped right now and don't even know it? Have you been walking through these spiritual cobwebs, thinking they were just ordinary? This is the moment. A moment for truth. Stop, pause, and take a look at where you are. Have you ever wondered why you keep hitting invisible walls, why progress seems just out of reach? It's like you're running in place, but you don't know what's holding you back. You've walked through cobwebs before, brushed them off, maybe laughed at the inconvenience. But have you ever thought those strands could be more than they seem? What if those cobwebs were intentional, a spiritual net spun to stop your breakthrough? But don't be afraid. You are not powerless. Here's the truth: the fire of God burns away every spiritual trap. It's the only thing that can melt the web, destroy the enemy's hold, and set you free. But that fire doesn't ignite on its own. You need to clothe yourself in it. The fire of God comes through prayer, through fasting, through walking in righteousness. It comes when you stay connected to His presence, allowing His power to flow through you and burn away every thread that tries to bind you. This isn't just about today. It's about every day going forward. Spiritual cobwebs won't disappear unless you actively burn them away. Through constant communion with God, through sacrifices in fasting, through a lifestyle of holiness, you become untouchable. The webs can't stick to you if you're clothed in fire. Now, look at your life again. Are you burning with the fire of God? Will you let the fire consume the trap or let the trap consume you? Share your thoughts and leave your comments below in the comments section. We want to hear from you. Have you had any experiences with cobwebs or any spiritual traps you've encountered before? What happened after those experiences? Your story could inspire someone else. Don't keep this video to yourself. Share it with someone who might be facing their own spiritual traps. And if you haven't already, subscribe to our channel, Beyond the Veil, for more powerful testimonies, spiritual insights, and revelations that will open your eyes to the world beyond the physical. Stay connected, stay prayerful, and remember, the battle is real, but God's power is greater. Until next time, thanks for watching.